Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tabor Talk. Look at this. I'm out here on my porch, and we got about a month of winter. Baseball season starts next month. Oh, my finger blowing here. And the Yankees home opener, they're in Houston, March 28th. I can't wait. And as I've been saying, doing these videos in the winter is kind of tough. I have to do them inside. The lighting's not good, blah, 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 blah. But hopefully I'll be doing these when the weather gets better, like coming up, like right now. Pumping out these videos daily. Some kind of good news and some really, really sad news. I guess I'll start with the sad news first. This Aaron Bushnell, the guy who lit himself on fire. It's called self-immolation, opposing the atrocities in Gaza, the bombing Israel and Palestinian as a form of extreme protest. He lit himself on fire right outside the Israeli embassy in Washington. I'm not going to show this. I'm sure everyone has seen it. It's all over. They actually show everything. He talks, he explains why he's doing this. Then he sets himself on fire. He says, free Palestine, like 3 times. And he goes, ah! And then he starts screaming. It's so disturbing. Like, I literally had trouble sleeping last night. It's still in my head, and I can't. It's so sad. It's so sad. What the cause, I understand, was noble, but man, this is a 25-year-old guy. What was his name? Aaron Bushnell. And there are different ways. Why? It's just, and is it going to, like, for what? That's not the way to go about it. It's just so sad. I did a video probably a couple of years ago on the Vietnam War, the protesters, self-immolation in the lotus position, lit them up, didn't flinch a muscle. By the way, my video got flagged because of that. So I'm not going to put any photos here. Obviously it's disturbing and all that, but I think the algorithm might even flag it. I know I got flagged before, and it's kind of like suicide prevention. It's like a weird algorithm thing. But anyway, so sad. So very sad. Okay, moving on to sort of better news. South Carolina. Trump won handily. He won by 20 points. But the good news is he underperformed. Going in, the polls indicated he would get about 70%. He ended up with close to 60 and something like 59.8, something like that. And Haley just about 40. So 20 points. He underperformed. And here's the good news. By the way, Biden got 96%, right? So Trump, you're like the de facto incumbent. Your number should be at least 80%. You should be dominating, and he's not. And here's the good news. The exit polls the exit polls show that people who voted for Nikki Haley would not vote for Trump under any circumstances. That's a big chunk. 40% of Nikki Haley voters will not vote for Trump in the general election. That's enough to push him over. Here's kind of the depressing thing about in the news, the way they covered this. Meet the press. Are you kidding me? Legacy Media, NBC, what's her name? The woman, Christine Wicker, whatever her name is. But she posts, Trump dominates, and it's so misleading. Yes, he won 60-40, but she didn't mention the fact he actually underperformed, and half of Nikki Haley's people would not vote for him in the general election. So here's the twist. So Meet the Press is like, cheerleading Trump, and they're portraying him as like he's the normal candidate. Are you kidding me? What's going on with you? This is not a normal guy. He's on his way to the general election and dominating. This guy is a racist, rapist, traitor, fraudster who speaks at a 4th grade level. He's a mental patient. He should be institutionalized. He should probably be on death row right now. 91 felony counts. I'm not going to go through all this. We all know who he is. He's crazy. He's not a normal candidate. And Meet the Press is like, oh, it's just like George Bush or something. What are you, nuts? And here's the funny part. The irony of the whole thing is that The right wing, like the Drudge Report, they're concerned. 40% of Nikki Haley voters will not vote for Trump in the general election. Okay, I'm gonna get something on my teeth. Hold on. So some people criticize me that there's stuff in my teeth, and I've talked about this before. I know I digress, but I chew this stuff, kratom. This is a game changer. Put it between my teeth and cum, and it's great. All right, there you go. I'm going to be doing these videos at least 3 to 5 a week when the weather changes coming up. And like, I think we're going to have, the weather's going to get cold next week, but you'll see. Okay, everyone have a great day. And I know it's a tough world out there, terrible news, and we try to live normal life. Hey, when I get out of politics and all these horrible news stories, I watch sports. I'm a big Nets fan. I know the Brooklyn Nets stink, but they won last night, and that made me happy for 3-4 hours. I was like, yeah, the Nets win, and the Yankees are looking good in spring training. There you go. That's what keeps me sane. All right, good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. Peace, love, and understanding here at Tabor Talk.